and welcome back to my channel, Dreamweaver Energy. It has been a couple of months. I think it's been about 2 months since I have recorded a video or posted a video energy reading for you all. But I am back. I've had quite a bit going on. But nevertheless, I am back here to support you all, providing you with energy readings for the day. So we're going to get right back into it. Before we get started into the reading today, I'm going to quickly do a brief meditation so that we can all ground ourselves into the space and be ready and aligned for the energies that are available to support us. So I invite you to find a comfortable seat, a comfortable position. You can either lie flat on your back, sit in a seat with your feet flat on the floor, or you can rest in easy pose, easy yoga pose on the floor, whatever is most comfortable for you. And as you get comfortable, I invite you to draw your attention to the soles of your feet or to your seat. I want you to take a deep breath in through your nose. Exhale that out through your mouth. We'll do that 3 times. Once again, inhale through your nose. Exhale it out through your mouth. One last time, inhale through your nose. And as we inhale through our nose this time, I want you to imagine that you are drawing energy from the center of the earth up through the soles of your feet or up through your seat, allowing that energy to rise, filling your body. That energy will continue to travel up through the center of your body, through your energy channels. Allow that energy to reach the top of your head, and imagine that at the top of your head, that energy is able to escape and continue to travel upward, and it travels up about 18 inches above your head, and it begins to coalesce with the celestial energies that are raining down upon you every day. And I just want you to allow those energies to coalesce for a moment. And as you exhale through your mouth, I want you to imagine that that energy is traveling back down along your energy, the celestial energy, the energy from the earth, traveling back down through the top of your crown, back down through the center of your body, through your energy channels, back down into the earth. All right, let's take a moment. Okay, hopefully we are all grounded into the space. I'm going to go ahead and get started into this reading. I'm going to start with my sacred geometry cards. What energies are we aligned with today? As I shuffle these cards, I'm asking the divine creator, infinite intelligence, thanking divine intelligence, infinite creator, for allowing me to be a clear and open channel to receive messages from spirit guides, angels, ancestors, spiritual court, benevolent spiritual court, to receive messages for our greatest and highest good today. I hope you guys are having a good day. I hope things have been well for you over the last few weeks, couple of months, I should say. good here. So what energies are available for us today? What energies are here to support us on our journey today? All right, we've got the consciousness card. Okay, the frequency of consciousness supports our ability to focus our attention on the multi-dimensional aspects that show up so that we can include them in our reality. The frequency of consciousness supports our ability to focus our attention on all the multi-dimensional aspects that show up. All right, so this card really is helping us to recognize that we are indeed in a multi-dimensional reality, right? Now you could think of that in several ways. Just in our normal 3D life, there are multi-dimensions or other dimensions that we may not even consider that way. When I think of it, I think of our perception and the perception of animals, or the perception of even a baby, or the perception of an insect, right? That's another dimension in my eyes, in my consciousness. I see that as other dimensions. That's just on our normal waking conscious 3D reality. But there are other dimensions that we also can access from our consciousness. Our dream state is a different dimension, right? If any of you all have ever had lucid dreaming, you would recognize that you are experiencing, you are aware, you are conscious in a different reality than the one that we are normally walking and talking in, our normal 3D reality. And so this card again is just stating that our consciousness, our conscious, what we use to perceive and reason and interpret and become aware of, that consciousness is our ability to be able to discern those different dimensions, those different dimensional aspects that show up in our lives every day. And so this card really is inviting us to be open to those different dimensional realities that show up for us, because they do appear to us every day. But we do need to be aware of it, or become aware of it, become conscious of it, so that we can start to incorporate those, start to see the benefits of those different realities and how they are here to support us. Okay. Let's see. Let's see if we can pull another card from this deck. What other energies are available to support us today, Holy Spirit? Merkaba. All right, the Merkaba. This is a very, very powerful card. Every time I pull this card, I don't know. I feel like, oh, I'm sorry. What I did not mention is the 8 on this card. If any of you all are familiar with numerology, that may have some significance for you. The Merkaba is 5, 5 being the number of change. Okay, so the Merkaba, the frequency of the Merkaba supports our ability to use our consciousness to traverse into other layers of reality and dimensions. It activates our access to our Akashic inheritance as well, merging the totality of our experiences into our present to serve our highest purpose. The reason that I feel this card is so important is because your Merkaba is your vehicle. That's your energetic vehicle. That is what the invisible vehicle that you are, your consciousness is, or your soul is traveling in. And your Merkaba is what allows you to traverse, to travel into these other multidimensional layers or multidimensional aspects that we just mentioned in the consciousness card, right? It allows you to travel to those different layers of reality and those different dimensions. In addition to that, and that alone is huge, right? The acknowledgement, really just knowing what that is, knowing that you have this, right? That this is something that you have that allows you to travel. That, number one, is the big thing. The second thing is being aware of your Merkaba allows you to access your Akashic records or your Akashic inheritance. Your Akashic records are your soul's records, right? Your Akashic records are what some would call like the oh, I just had it on the tip of my tongue. Like, not the book of life, but the records that hold everything that you've done in your life, in your lives, okay? Not just the life that you're living now, not just this incarnation that you're living, but your Akashic record holds the records of all the lives that you have lived. All of your records are in your Akashic. So being aware of your Merkaba allows you to access those records. And having access to those records of your experiences in your past lives, as well as in this life, the things that you've done in this life, allows you to merge the lessons that you have learned in previous lives into this present experience. And having access to that, being able to utilize that information, being able to utilize those records allows you then to really and truly move into your highest purpose in this life, in this carnation, right? So this card is, every time I pull this card, I feel very powerful because I am aware of the power of your Merkaba. Okay, so that's really good. I'm going to share with you all. I do have a book that I've been reading that teaches you how to access your Akashic records, and I will share that book. I'll put it in the description box. Third card of the day, fertility card, 27, breaking down to a 9. All right, the frequency of fertility invites us to be more open, to be more courageous, more creative, and more joyful than we were before. It activates the potential for something beautiful to grow from our consciousness into a new and grander expression of ourselves. This is beautiful, and I love it, especially based on the spread that we have here. Because, you know, again, it's inviting us to be more open and more courageous. So we have these other two cards that are supporting us here, right? Your consciousness, right? Your consciousness that is allowing you to expand your level of awareness from where you are right now, allowing you to pay attention to or focus your attention on the multidimensional aspect, right? The Merkaba, right? The Merkaba is here supporting you, letting you know that you have the ability to use this consciousness, the consciousness that you have, that we all have, use this consciousness to travel, right? To travel into other layers of this multidimensional reality that is available to us, right? Additionally, it gives you the ability to access your Akashic records. This fertility card is saying be more open to those experiences, be more courageous, be more creative, utilize the tools that you have, that we all have innately. Utilize those tools to be more creative, be more joyful than we have been before, right? This fertility card is it's the ability for us to grow our consciousness, to expand, right? Expand it into a greater expression of ourselves. We've already sort of, just the knowledge of this is allowing us to do that, to expand, right? So this is a great spread. I think they all work very well together. Of course they would. This is all spirit that's doing this. I'm just the messenger. So consciousness, Merkaba, and fertility, these are the frequencies and energies that are supporting us on this day. Today is June 14th. All right, let's now move into our second deck. We're gonna get some see what moon energy has for us. All right, let's get into our moon deck. This deck does not want to shuffle like this. I probably should have shuffled all the decks before. This is not the deck. This is not the way that this deck is gonna get shuffled. Doesn't appear that it wants to get shuffled anyway. What energies are supporting us? What moon energies are supporting us today? I feel like I need some more light. What moon energies are supporting us today, Holy Spirit? All right, what moon energies are supporting us today, Holy Spirit? What guidance do we have from our moon today? What moon energies are supporting us? All right, we got one that flew out down here. Okay. You and your loved ones are safe. All right, you and your loved ones are safe. Okay, so based on what we've already pulled for today, this multi-dimensional reality that's prevalent in this read, you and your loved ones are safe. There's no need for you to be afraid of what you may encounter as you traverse through this multidimensional reality. The fact is, the truth is that the multidimensional reality is around us all the time, right? We are not always aware of it. So there's no fear that you need to have as it relates to yourself or your loved ones if you are beginning to recognize that multidimensional reality that is present, um, or if your loved ones are experiencing some shifts in their own reality. Again, same, there's no need to fear, because there's nothing that in this reality that is out to get us, out to hurt us. The universe is working on our behalf for us at all times, even though it may not appear that way in the moment. But there's nothing that is out to get us, okay? So you and your loved ones are safe. You can be comfortable in that. You can rest well in that knowledge, okay? Let's see what else we have. And this is that's a new moon in Cancer card as well. Let's see if we want to, let me get some, find out what we have, what guidance the book has for us on that card. All right, so the book is talking about there's a new start coming in your private life, okay? Something is rising up in connection with the people and places that you hold dearest. This can be to do with a member of your family, a roommate, or moving house. If you're hoping to move forward with something special in your private life, this card comes to you as a message that you can do it. If you have been neglecting family, it's time to reconnect with them. If you have been neglecting yourself, you need to take better care of yourself and nurture yourself more. If your insecurity is holding you back, that's something for you to work on now. And this card, because it is in Cancer, this is saying that this can be a super emotional time. The moon is all about Cancer, and the moon is all about emotions, pardon me. The moon is all about emotions, and Cancer is a water sign and also very emotional. Okay. All right. Let's see. Do we have any other moon guidance today that will support us in our journey today? Any other moon guidance today, Holy Spirit? All right. We've got a new romantic cycle begins, okay? This is new moon in Libra. A new romantic cycle begins. Okay, now this could be, well, it could be what it is. A new romantic cycle. All right, so that's something else that you may want to be aware of. You may meet someone, or you may be in a relationship currently. Right? This doesn't necessarily mean that there's a new person that's coming into your life. That could be the case. But if you are currently in a relationship, it also may mean that there's a new cycle for you and your partner, right? There's a new level of your relationship, a new romantic cycle that is going to begin for you. And then this last card is a new moon in Aries. We've got 3 new moon cards here. And I'm not sure whether we are getting close to a new moon or not. Probably so. New moon in Aries, it's time to take action. So if you've been working on something, whether that be a business idea, something in your personal life, job, career, relationships even. That does not necessarily mean romantic relationships. It could be personal, friendships, anything that you've been working on. This card is saying it's time to take action. You're no longer in the planning phase. It is time to move. It is time to act. Okay? It's time to act. So let's see if there's anything else that we need to add to this. Let's go back to this new romantic cycle. The book is saying give and take could well be the answer to whatever dilemma you're asking about, if you are indeed asking about a relationship. Compromise may be called for. It's time to start negotiating or even renegotiating. Okay. There's a restart for you and for someone else. A new relationship could be beginning. And if that's the case, the chances are this will be a healthy and well-balanced connection. Okay. In anything you do after pulling this card, doing it in pairs is advised, such as teaming up with someone in business or in your personal life. Libra is a sign of relating. This card suggests that whoever is at the heart of the issue you're addressing is someone who will be open to talking things through. Avoid being selfish. It won't get you anywhere at this time. Okay, so this is a really good card. And I really like the message that it says here is whoever's at the heart of this card, whoever is at the heart of the issue is someone who will be open to talking things through. So whether this is a business partner or a romantic relationship, even though this does say a new romantic cycle, or a current relationship that you're in, the person is open to talking things through. So if in the past if you're in a relationship and your relationship has had some rough times, a new cycle is beginning for you all, and the communication is opening up, right? Both parties, that give and take, you all are being asked to compromise, to see things differently, to talk things out versus maybe being in a running position and leaving a situation when you have bumps in the road, okay? All right. Let us move on here to our goddess cards. We're going to find out what goddess energy is available for us today. At the bottom of the deck, we've got miracles, but let's shuffle. What goddess energy is available for us today? What goddess energy is supporting us today, Holy Spirit? Who can we learn from today? What goddess or goddesses are supporting us on our journey today, Holy Spirit? What goddesses are supporting us on our journey today? What goddess energy are we aligned with? What goddess energies are we aligned with? What goddesses are here to support us? What goddess or goddesses can we learn from today? All right, we've got two that popped out. We've got Shakti, the goddess of transformation, and we've got a 46 breaking down to a 10, breaking down to a 1. So the goddess of transformation. And we've also got Kuan Yin, the goddess of compassion, who is here to support us. 27 breaking down to a 9. All right, so the goddess of compassion, I feel, she's here, as we just talked about, the new romantic cycle. You know, if we're in that energy where we are in the beginning of a new romantic cycle with a new person, or if we are any new stage with our current partner or with your current partner, the goddess of compassion is here to support you in that, support you so that you all can find better ways to communicate with each other, talk to each other, work from operate, I should say, from a place of compassion, whether that be with your romantic cycle here, or even you and this new moon in Cancer card talking about you and your loved ones are safe. That card did reference familial relationships, whether you have, not, you've had some type of strife with your family, or you have not even been nurturing yourself. The Kuan Yin, the goddess of compassion, is inviting you to be more compassionate with yourself, to be more compassionate with your family, to be more compassionate with your friends. Okay? Yeah. And then we've got Shakti. We've got Shakti, the goddess of transformation. Goddess of transformation. Now, this card, Shakti, this energy, is supporting us, again, if we go back to our original sacred geometry cards, in our consciousness, in our Merkaba, but definitely our consciousness. As you can see here in this card, Shakti has her fingers up to her third eye, right? She's touching the area right in between her forehead, right in between her eyebrows. And she, being the goddess of transformation, letting us know that we have the ability to transform. We have the ability to have massive transformation in our lives, and we can do so by the expansion of our consciousness. Not only can we do that by expanding our consciousness and being aware of the multidimensional realities, but being aware of our Merkaba and that Akashic record, okay? Being aware of the abilities that we have, right? All the things that we desire and the things that we focus on, if we're willing to do the work, if we're willing to do this work, right? If we're willing to expand our consciousness, Shakti, the goddess Shakti, is here in support of that, right? Her energy, her life force energy, is ignited when we begin to do the work, when we activate our consciousness, expand our consciousness, because I don't know if activate is the right word, but when we expand our consciousness and utilize, right? Let me get two hands here. So when we activate our consciousness and then we begin to utilize our Merkaba, our vehicle, allowing us to traverse to various dimensions, to access our Akashic records, to know what our history is in this life and previous lives. And we use that information that we gain from our Akashic records to move us, to transform us into a better and higher version of ourselves. The goddess Shakti is here to support us in that journey. All right. So a change is afoot for us based on these cards, right? The card of transformation, like we're transforming, right? We are in the midst of a transformation. You are in the midst of a transformation. And again, Shakti is here to assist you with that. She's a magical, feminine, divine energy, creative goddess, And she's one that is allowing you to move into these new states of consciousness without fear, right? We don't need to fear. We are safe. We're safe. We don't need to fear. We simply need to have compassion for ourselves, okay? Knowing that we are supported. We're supported on this journey. All right? Okay, let us grab one more. We're going to grab one more deck. We're going to do our Science of Mind deck. This is the practical guidance for the day. So let's see what practical guidance we have today. This image of Shakti is very beautiful. I love her adornments. What practical guidance do we need today, Holy Spirit? What practical guidance do we need to support us on our journey for today? Oh, no, I don't want to shuffle like this. All right, let's shuffle it a different way. I don't want to shuffle at all. What practical guidance do we have today, Holy Spirit? What practical guidance will support us today in our journey? What practical guidance will most support us, or what practical guidance is for our highest good as we travel on our journey today? All right, what practical guidance do we have? What practical guidance is available for us? Oh, okay. Deeper union. Deeper union is the card. It says we should feel a deeper union with life, a greater sense of that indwelling God, the God of the seen and of the unseen that is within us, okay? We should daily, so every day, including today, this is our guidance for the day, we should feel a deeper union with life, a greater sense of that indwelling God, the God of the seen and the unseen within us. So, again, this card is really piggybacking, in my opinion, on what we've talked about in our consciousness, our Merkaba, multidimensional realities, our ability to be more open, more creative, to grow into a greater expansion, to grow from our conscious into a greater expansion of ourselves. God, your higher power, infinite intelligence, divine creator, resides in each and every one of us. Right? There's no person that does not have that indwelling God within us, right? That is what supports our abilities to do all of these things, right? It supports our ability to expand our consciousness. That is that indwelling power, that indwelling ability. You know, we're made in the image of that creator. We have that life force running through us every single day. And because that life force is so powerful, then all of these things are possible for us. There's there's nothing that isn't possible for us because we have that powerful energy that runs through us, to us and through us every day. And so this is always to me like the exclamation point to the end of my reads, because it's always these cards, these Science of Minds card, excuse me, the Science of Mind cards I love, because it's always an exclamation point at the end of the read, just to reiterate the fact that the power that we hold, the power that the abilities that we have, the power that we can wield over our own lives, the power to create the lives that we imagine, all comes from that indwelling God of the seen and unseen that's within us. So lovely, lovely ending to this read. I hope that it was extremely beneficial to you all. I hope that you got some value out of it. I appreciate and thank you all for watching and tuning into my channel. As always, thank you so much, and I will see you again tomorrow. Bye-bye.